I did something incredible, something amazing, something I never done before, and that was skydiving, right? And honestly, it was a fear of mine, because you have to sign a waiver that says if you die, they're not responsible for your death. And it's crazy because, there's a possibility, but I reminded myself when I was up there, because you feel anxiety, your nerves are going, you feel fear, you feel all of that. And I wanted to feel those feelings because I wanted to embody those feelings and understand how it is to to overcome them. And a lot of times with fear, we give into it, right? We allow fear to stop us from doing great things. We allow fear to cause us to live in stress and worry because we live in the what ifs. Well, what if this doesn't go right? What if people don't like me? What if people laugh at me? What if people don't support me? What if I fail? And my thing is this: what if you don't try? What's gonna happen? What if you don't give your all? What's gonna happen? You can miss out on a life that God has created for you because you're worried about the wrong what ifs. So I want to challenge you to change that to a positive what if. What if I don't do this? What is this fear going to keep me from? What is it going to stop me from doing? And it's bigger than you, because you got to realize, man, when you don't go conquer something that you know you should conquer, go accomplish something that you know you should accomplish, or even try it, there's other people depending on you. You're like a floodgate for blessings for other people. Just imagine if I would have gave into the fear of speaking. Just imagine if I would have gave into the fear of opening up my heart, all my insecurities. But I realized fear for me is three things. When I was in that plane over 18,000 feet and my feet are hanging off and I'm about to go, instead of worrying about what if the parachute don't open, I said, man, just imagine how incredible this is gonna feel. A lot of times fear works in knowledge, right? You're not scared of something until you know the knowledge about something, right? Have you ever been in a bad neighborhood, whatever that you may consider, or around something that's not safe, and you realize after, dang, I wasn't in a safe place, but you didn't know it then because you didn't have no knowledge of it? I think second, fear works on what you're focused on. If you're focused on the wrong thing, if you're focused on failing, if you're focused on dying, if you're focused on not living a abundant life, yeah, you're gonna be scared to do it. And last but not least, I feel like fear works on the reward. When the reward isn't gratifying, when the reward isn't freeing, you're never gonna do it. You're gonna defeat yourself. You're gonna defeat yourself before you even try. Think about this. How many times in your life you haven't done something because you talked yourself out of doing it before you even experienced it, before you even tried it? You already came up with the result before you even tried it. Think about that in your life. Maybe it's working out. Maybe it's a dream of yours. Maybe it's a vision. Maybe it's a business. I don't know. But there's so many times in life, and I've been guilty of that too, where I say, you know what, it's not gonna happen before I even try to make it happen. I wanna challenge you guys to go do something you've never done before. Skydiving is a great idea, right? A lot of people are scared, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm addicted to it. I promise you, my goal now is to be able to skydive without a tandem jump by myself. And I know I gotta go through a lot of classes, do a lot of tandem jumps, but having that feeling of conquering a fear that I had my whole entire life was awesome, was incredible. It was more power in what if I don't do this, right? Then what if this parachute doesn't work? So wherever you place the more power in, that's what you're gonna do. So yeah, that was a possibility, maybe 2% of my mind, but 98% says, if you don't do this, just think how limited that's gonna be in your life, how contagious that's gonna flow. Because you gotta realize, man, fear is contagious. It don't just stop with not trying something. Fear is contagious, same thing as trying and succeeding. And success, like I told you guys last time, is not necessarily accomplishment, right? For your vision or a goal. What it is overcoming. That's success. It's overcoming something. That's it. And if you don't get your best result, oh well, at least you took a step forward, at least you jumped like my boy said. So what you place in the power, and if you're fearful to do something, it's because the power is in, if this doesn't happen, or if this happens, I'm gonna whatever, look stupid, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna whatever. Instead of, if this doesn't happen, my life is gonna stay the same. To me, not growing is a lot more fearful than trying to grow and not growing at the level that I wanna grow. I hope you got that. Straight up, man, straight up.
You say it all the time, you're not growing, you're dying.
You're not growing, you're dying. Think about that. Name something that doesn't grow, right? Because even if you stand the same, the world is moving.
Yep, the world don't stop for nobody.
Nobody. And that's what got me out of my depression, to be real with you, man. When I was sitting in my mom's room and just sitting in there all day. That's what I told myself. Yeah, people are going to care at first, but at the end of the day, people got their lives. You know what I'm saying? People got their own responsibilities. And at the end of the day, the world's going to keep going. You got to realize the more the world grows and goes, the more you stay the same. Guess what? It's like this. And what? You're not even digging yourself a deeper ditch. Things are outgrowing you, and it takes that much more effort and strength to get back to where you need to be. So even if you stand the same, you're dying at the end of the day. But it doesn't have to be something major. Just take a baby step. Go do something you've never done before. I always tell you guys that. Go do something that you thought was impossible. Attack your impossibilities. Impossibilities to me are the things that you...
It's in your own mind.
Yeah, exactly. In your own mind, right? You create those impossibilities. And you might say, well, Trent, well, I can't do this. Or that's a negative mindset. You'll never get anywhere with a negative mindset. And a lot of people have those things. And I feel like we weren't born with that. Get around a kid. If you want to be inspired, get around a kid. And show me a kid that, especially that hasn't been influenced really by their parents or this world, they believe they can do anything. That's how I know we were created for that. Right? Because God wouldn't give us that type of mindset, wouldn't give us that ability to dream and have visions since we were born. But what happens? We get into this world and we start believing, we start attaching our worth to certain things, we start believing limitations, we start seeing what other people are doing, and we say, we can never be like that. Like, it's people probably watching this and I can never speak like Trent, I can never do that. I'm like, what? You can be better than me. It's nothing special that I'm doing. Only thing special is I embrace the purpose that God had for me. So stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop limiting yourself. I promise your limits can go a lot further than where you limit yourself at. You can expand those limits straight up, but you got to push yourself to it. And usually when you push yourself to it, you're like, man, I can go further. I can go harder because you're not focused. And I challenge you to do something to show yourself like, dang, I'm really limiting myself, because your body can do a lot more than your mind says. And you get to a powerful place when your mind, I wouldn't say outdoes your body, but when your mind expands so much that it doesn't quit, you know. And I know it's easier said than done, but you got to really push yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to keep going until my body gives out. You know, don't kill yourself. I don't want you to do that because you got family and kids and things like that. But keep pushing yourself, man. Keep expanding your limits, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I always tell you guys in every single video, it all starts with you.